We are here. It's officially game week. Buckeye football is just around the corner. In 4 short days, you'll get to see your Buckeyes take on Texas. Number 1 versus number 3 in the shoe. What we've been told today is be there early. You want to be in the stadium by 11 o'clock. They got a lot planned. They're trying to make it more, fan exciting. They want to get everyone going, get the crowd rowdy. Ryan Day even said it. He called out Buckeye fans. Buckeye Nation, you got to be loud. You got to make this a 1 versus 3. They know it's a noon game, but we still got to get loud. We've gotten loud for Michigan in the past, and they're always at noon. So make it like the Michigan games of past, man. It is got to be noisy. It's got to be ruckus. You got to make it hard on Archie. This is his first start at a hostile environment, so he's fresh too. Get him rumbled up, and we can get after it. Fans can earn that Buckeye leaf. It will flash up on the electronic Buckeye leaf will flash up on the screen. So if you're loud enough, you earn that leaf, and you can be a part of the action. All right. What else did we learn today? We learned that none other than Brian Hartline not going to be on the sidelines. He's going to be in the booth. So I agree with that call. I think you got to have your offensive coordinator in the booth. They got to be able to see the whole field, get in a rhythm, be away from kind of some of the madness of the game, the emotion of the game, and be able to set plays for the future. I don't think that there's an option for, in my opinion, for an offensive coordinator to be on the sideline, to be in the hustle and bustle of the game. And if you want to accept that role and work your way up and be the offensive coordinator, then, the box is where it's meant to be. Didn't say if Matt Patricia was going to be in the box too, but I imagine he is. We kind of had to press Ryan Day a little bit further. He was asked a follow-up question at the end if, in fact, Brian Hartline was going to be in the booth, and we finally got that. Sounded like what we got to hear is Onyeonwa is going to be rotated in, and Phillip Daniels is going to be your right tackle. So we got that done, out of the way. And we kind of knew all along that was kind of heading in that direction. So Phillip Daniels probably going to be your right tackle. Will be interesting when they get out there to make sure that that's actually what's going to happen. We didn't really get a lot. They asked about the defensive line rotation, who's going to be those second guys, and there was 3 guys mentioned: Tywan Malone, Will Smith Jr., and you had Jaquez Carter. Pressed further about Jaquez Carter, Day was like, you know what, he's twitchy. So it's going to be interesting to see that freshman get in there and get some work. We got a defensive line that's got to get after it. Then, after you get the line talked about, we need to talk about the quarterback. Obviously, Julian saying he's making his first start. Asked if he's going to be eased into it. Ryan Day is like, you know what? You just got to win the game. We're not going to make a game plan to ease a quarterback in. We're going to try to figure out what needs to be done to win the game. And you know what? It makes sense. If he said they're not going to throw the ball, sling it 60 times a game, and they're not going to run it the majority of the time either. So it's going to be somewhere in between. They want that balanced attack, but whatever it takes to win is what's going to happen. I found it interesting also that when Day was asked about game planning, he was like, you got to be organized. You got to pre-plan for everything that could possibly happen. You got to know exactly what's going to happen in different situations. So you got to have that planning for that. But when asked about making adjustments, he's like, it's a little easier now with the tablets. You can do that on the sideline, but majority of what's done is in halftime. And we've kind of seen that a lot with Ryan Day's offenses in the past. The adjustments are made at halftime, and defenses too, really made at halftime. I find it interesting because, with guys in the box, that's where you can make adjustments in game too. So hopefully we see some more of that, in-game adjustments if there's things thrown out that they hadn't planned for maybe. So it was a good day inside the Woody Hayes facility. Buckeye backers were there and got to see a lot. Tomorrow we're going to see 4 captains, and Ryan Day is going to have a quick little lightning round session, meaning they're going to have about 10 questions maybe picked out from the media to ask Ryan Day some more. The big moral of the story is this is a game you just got to trust your training. You got to go out and win. It doesn't matter by how many points. It doesn't matter what the score is at the end of the game. If Julian Sang comes out, doesn't play the best game in the world, there's going to be mistakes. As long as you win the game, it's a big game, and it would be a big win, and it'd be big for his career. If you can, start out your first game in the shoe against Texas, the number 1 team in the nation, and come out with a win, baby, that is going to be an awesome storyline to a first start for a quarterback in the shoe for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Get there, be early, be in the stadium by 11 o'clock. Get your the towel and celebrate like crazy. Get loud. It is football season. Buckeyes on the field is just right around the corner. We'll see you tomorrow for a little bit of interviews with the team captains and Ryan Day again. Until then, God bless. Have a great evening